Hey, I'm Mark Goodman.
And I'm Alan Light.
On today's podcast, in celebration of International Guitar Month, Pete Townsend of The Who will join us.
Pete went deep with us into his relationship with the guitar and with music in general, the new Broadway version of Tommy. He clarified the status and the future of The Who, and much, much more.
Sound Up with Mark Goodman and Alan Light, the only music podcast that matters. Get it on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
There's something I heard Guru say. I want to say it's the Moment of Truth album, maybe. But I don't want to misquote him, but one of the things he did say was regarding there's always a message. And when he said that, I wholeheartedly agreed with that. Like, you know, I don't want to really write mindlessly where there's no message, there's nothing to point back to. I guess the best way to describe who I'm writing for, the person in mind, outside of who I just described, I'm literally writing messages for family members, friends, and society that I haven't met yet for later. That's what this is for. These are instructions, these are descriptions, these are expressions of what's happening right now and what's to happen in my perspective later. But yeah, I'm giving messages to family members I never met yet, society I haven't met yet, and friends I haven't met yet, in a sense where at one point, I would say maybe about 10 years ago, I started to realize, like, wow, the music I'm making is inspiring people I don't even know. Like, there's people who know me because of this music, and not just, oh, John Robinson, like superstar, rap star, but no, listen to what he's saying. I kind of know who this guy is from this music, but I never shook his hand. And once I realized that, it made me say, you know what? I'm going to start channeling more into that. I want to write for people that I haven't met in this time, but later too, because I'm a fan of jazz, and listening to a lot of jazz, over the years, I started to realize, wow, most of the people we consider legendary are people who at the time they were making this brilliant, classic, legendary music didn't necessarily feel like legends, you know, didn't necessarily feel famous or, you know, rich, wealthy, you know, for lack of a better expression. They were struggling just like everybody else next to them, but they had this expression. And then the music evolved, and over the years, it stood the test of time. That's what I want for myself. So I feel like that's really what I'm thinking when I'm writing.
Hey, I'm Mark Goodman.
And I'm Alan Light.
On today's podcast, in celebration of International Guitar Month, Pete Townsend of The Who will join us.
Pete went deep with us into his relationship with the guitar and with music in general, the new Broadway version of Tommy. He clarified the status and the future of The Who, and much, much more.
Sound Up with Mark Goodman and Alan Light, the only music podcast that matters. Get it on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.